This is Hell Salem's Lot. It's the city formerly known as New York. Well, up until the Great Collapse happened and a big dimensional rift came out and swallowed the city whole, wrapped it up in fog, and let a whole bunch of freaks in. Ironically, it's a fairly good example of exactly what Chuds think is gonna happen to New York by the end of the Mondani Mayor term. It's got immigrants, terrorists, disability access, and the police and military are fairly ineffective. Enter our main character, Leonardo Watched. More like Leonardo Washed, am I right? Yes, that's his name, and everyone else is named just as goofily, don't worry. There's literally someone named Shane Sumeragi, which is awesome. He moves to the city after God decides that his sister, who's already wheelchair-bound, just isn't disabled enough, I guess. And so the big man shows up and is like, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna give me your eyes. And he takes them. So Leo's here to find a way to get his sister's eyes back, essentially. And he decides the best way to do that is to join Libra, a top-secret terrorist organization that's definitely real. And definitely very dedicated to keeping the peace in the city. Now, Leo might not be looking good here, but he sure is good at looking, since when the big man came and popped his sister's eyes out, since Leo happened to be about 20 feet away, he got hooked up with this fancy new set of peepers, which allowed him to see some, interesting things. Anyway, after getting accepted into Libra, each episode follows all their silly antics as they go around dealing with all the supernatural problems, having an open border policy with hell will cause. And speaking of looking good, they absolutely cooked. When you're designing a world where you have to essentially answer the question of what if New York let the freaks outside of the subway system, there can be a lot of challenges, and they nailed all of them. From the character design to like the way that all the fucking like freaky people look, and like the set dressings are insane. It just oozes style, from the camera angles to the animation. Like, look at this. This is the first episode. Look at this fight. This is insane. And then look what happens if he pops his ult, like, and this happens every time they're like use an ability. All the text pops up on screen. It's so cool. You can feel how much effort they put into the vibe of this whole show. Everything is consistent. They'll show a bunch of freaks on screen, and each one you can be like, yeah, I can see he would live here, I see that. They'll have like a restaurant serve a burger that's still alive to just some bug-headed guy. And you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. The music is insane. It's so good. The background music perfectly sets the tone. It's got nice jazz, some good classical music for tenser scenes. That battle music's great. They have a goddamn recap episode. And instead of just having some guy go, Grok, summarize the whole show, they frame it in the way of like the main character's on like a radio talk show, just complaining about his life. And it even leads in, the fucking radio show leads into the opening and ending songs. It's just dripping with like style, and I love it. Which, by the way, the openings and endings, so good. Both of the openings are amazing. I love both songs. They're on like my main playlist, you know. I do like Hello World slightly more than Fake Town, and even if you haven't seen this show, you've probably seen the ending. Because if you were in any sort of fandom on the internet in 2015 and, you know, around that time after, you've seen these dances, right? Just with different characters. And the second ending, it's got a nice little groove. I fuck with it. It's so good. The Triple B fucking nails it every time. All in all, the Better Business Bureau absolutely nails its absurd premise. The vibes are immaculate, off the charts even. The fights are sick, and considering how many times they rebuilt this building, the rent has to be cheap. Well, Hell Salem's Lot might be a Chud's worst nightmare. It's a monster fucker's wet dream, and there is surely something there for everyone. Next week, we'll be taking a little trip to Antarctica with A Place Further Than the Universe, which is the first show we're talking about this year that I have not seen. We're going into this one blind. Until then, I'm a man who voted 17 times for Mamdani, despite not living in New York City, and this has been Blockade Battlefront. Thanks for watching.